Hi Aries, and welcome to your November 2019 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to bring you guys hopefully another inspiring and motivating reading for your month ahead. Your energy is feeling very, very interesting, Aries. I've been shuffling your cards and meditating on what needs to come up to you for about 10 minutes now, so I've pre-shuffled, but I will cut the cards once we get into the tarot portion of the reading. There's a lot of things coming up for you this month. I did feel a light clumsiness in the energy for you, and that's probably because we are going into Mercury retrograde, and Mercury is retrograde in your fellow Mars-ruled sign, Scorpio. So any matters relating to anger, temper, control, emotional transformation, all of those things are really going to crop up here to be dealt with and to be overcome. I do have a video on Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, which I will link below if you guys wanted to check that out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button. I will be having an audio upgrade for next month's readings, so it will be getting better and better. So hit that subscribe button if you get the chance. It would really make my day to see that kind of support. But yeah, Aries, you are beautiful this month, very attractive, very mysterious even, but you want to kind of move towards simplicity if you could, and that's something I've been talking about for everybody, is simplifying things, making things a little bit easier. You know, we're moving into a time in 2020 where it's not so great for things to be super complicated. Maybe complexities have been intriguing or puzzling, or, seeking the solutions of these puzzles we've generated in our lives may have been, intriguing in some way. But now in November, we have a last little chance to kind of be at the chessboard and do the complex things. And we need to start striving to make things a little bit easier. All right. So, yeah, November's a very cleansing time for you as well. You need to kind of purify your life, get rid of the clothes you're not wearing anymore, get rid of the things that you will never use, purge, clarify, purify, distinguish what is and isn't right for you, find distinction, there are a lot of words coming up for you that relate to, even dividing certain things in your life, not accepting everything, not accepting toxicity, or not accepting people to try to control you when there's nothing in it for you. You might have to put your fist down about something this month. You might have to really clear up what you can be for other people, because I think that people might be kind of trying to use your abundant energy, because one thing is true, you will have a lot of energy in November. You might have been feeling a little fatigued in September and October, but November, something's going to snap into place, and you're going to want to dispel a lot of energy. So try to not let other people control that or make that into something that is, just not ever going to give anything back to you. You are one of the most powerful signs this month, Aries. I love to see you. I love to see what's going on for you, and I love to see your cheerfulness. You guys are kind of like the cheerleaders of the zodiac right now. You're kind of cheering everyone on. You're kind of helping everyone to feel safe, solid, secure, and wanted. Now I want you to give that back to yourself here. I want you to give yourself that sense of love, that sense of admiration, that sense of motivation and inspiration. Give it to you. Be your own cheerleader. Be your own advocate here while you're sort of purifying the space around you, and you will see that there is true, genuine release that takes you so much further. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. I want to go ahead and get into the tarot portion of your reading. This reading will just look like what I usually do on my channel. We'll go through each week of the month, and then we will get into the extended later. So yes, I'm going to cut the cards for Aries to see general energies for the month of November 2019. Okay. So week number 1 for Aries, we have Justice, love that, rooted down by 8 of Swords. Okay, so recovering from injustice and seeking your own form of fairness, okay? So you felt treated unfairly. You felt that somebody took advantage of you or did not get any negative karma, perhaps. Watch out for karma on your terms. This is something that the Mars signs especially can struggle with, Aries and Scorpio. Sometimes you might see that somebody mistreats you or does something bad to you, and from your perspective, their life doesn't seem to be getting difficult, so you start to ask yourself, why aren't they getting any karma? Why aren't bad things happening to them? This is not a good place to be, because you will trap yourself. Try to not determine other people's karma for them. And there's a lot of ways that we can do that that is not so obvious, you know. We can be vengeful towards people for doing well or for being successful. We can be vengeful towards those who have not endured pain in the same way that we have. Really step out of that here in the first week, Aries, and be happy for those who are successful. Even if people have not been well to you or have not been kind to you, do not begrudge their success or begrudge their their seemingly benevolent aspects of their lives, because karma works in mysterious ways. Sometimes people have to really be built up to ever comprehend the type of pain that you went through. So sometimes by sending out that energy that people are not being like punished enough or not being, you know, put through enough pain for what they've done to you, that can actually deny the karma that you're thinking of, just because from your perspective it's a bit, maybe they don't sense it in the same way that you do. So try to really get your mind out, you know, moral of the story, get your mind out of what other people deserve, okay? Because that's trapping you. It's trapping you to think about what other people deserve. It's time to think about what you deserve, and time to start really putting that into action with your own ability, your own capability, your own truth, okay? Because justice is also about truth. So it's a major arcana card, which means universal implementation into your life. So the universe is implementing divine truth into your life. So something's going to be very clear, something's going to be unarguable, something's going to be one perspective. Okay, one perspective will see everything. There's not going to be any denying or negating what this represents. So that's rooted down by Eight of Swords, which is the card of feeling trapped, feeling anxious, feeling depleted, feeling out of options. So yeah, there's going to be a divine truth relating to the options that you have in your life, the lack thereof, abundance of them, whatever that looks like for you. And you have to see that, you have to accept that truth, and through that you have to motivate to work this into a higher evolution, because the root that you're working for, or the root that you're pulling energy from in your life, is something that is pain-based and lacking in options. So that's what we are transforming this Scorpio season for you, Aries. You are transforming through the lack of options, or through feeling like something is not giving enough potential. Okay, so developing your own potential is your transformation here. Okay, so let's see the second week for Aries in November. Queen of Cups, rooted down by Four of Wands. Okay, so it's not easy to go through this first week and to see how you're being held back or how things have been prevented, you know, seeing those hard truths. But do you see how, like, nice things become once there is that acceptance? Because then it's really easy to kind of go in and do a bit of energetic surgery or real life physical surgery on the problem that is there. So yeah, I'm feeling the energy of like surgery or surgical changes, and that doesn't necessarily mean having like a surgery on your body, but something is being changed, something is being altered, something is being, you know, made more healthy, and it's good. Okay, so if some of you were to have surgery during this time, don't worry about it, it'll be okay. Or if some of you were to, you know, need to make a huge change in your life, like, you know, leaving someone behind who's been very abusive, or, you know, something that really shifts your life, now is a supported time to do that, because there's a truth to face and there's a reward for facing it in a powerful way. So there's more emotional understanding for you in the second week. I love this. Getting the mixture of Queen of Cups and Four of Wands in Scorpio season is incredible to see, because there is so much wonder in that. There is so much realization of how good things can be, because I want Aries to be inspired. We have the last little bit of Jupiter and Sagittarius here, which is a very creatively empowering, healing energy for you. So I don't want you to freak out about, you know, things being smaller than you expected, or things, you know, not getting as much money as you expected, because it's going to be right. Something about lack during this time as well makes you see from a new vantage point, which is ultimately so rewarding. Rewards in the second week of November, that's basically the idea. How can you reward yourself? How can you be happier? How can you be more self-motivated as well? Week number 3 in November, the Devil, rooted down by Two of Wands reversed. Okay, Aries, you know, That's okay. I'm not worried about the devil because to me, it feels like a withdrawal, or it feels like, you know, having made this change, you feel really rewarded by having made the change, having seen the truth. You have a wonderful second week, and then you have a bit of a withdrawal. It is true, when you leave traumatic situations behind, or when you do that surgery on your energy and you change something, even if it's the best change in the world, you will miss the way that it was before, and that's okay. And this is where Aries can struggle as a sign, because it's a very young, youthful energy. So it feels that if something is wanted or needed, it must be achieved. Okay, sometimes the body wants something just because it likes consistency. So, you know, yeah, with it's something that's really bad for you, you can want it. You know, that's what the devil is all about. It's about wanting what isn't good for you. Because of the body's need for security. You know, sometimes the body would prefer to be, how can I word this? Sometimes the body would prefer to be consistently killed than to be rarely healthy. And it's important to realize that during this time, and keep out whatever is not good for you. Go through it, you know, because then you come out on the other side feeling so much better, and you've introduced a consistency of health, which will reset your body and things will feel better. Don't get freaked out in the third week. Your mind is going to feel a little bit angsty, but that's okay, because that's where the next chapter is coming. Two of Wands reversed is about realizing that the old momentum was not right, or realizing that what you were striving for or strategizing based on before, it was not going to get you anywhere. So that acceptance can really be a lot better than we give ourselves credit for. Accept it. Accept what is here in the third week, Aries. I want to see what's coming up in the fourth week, and I'll sort of talk back about that. Week number 4, Queen of Wands reversed, rooted down by 10 of Cups reversed. That's okay. I'm not worried about it. I can align these cards here. You know, Aries, change in persona. So Queen of Wands is one of your cards for sure, and you will see that who you once were is not really right for where you are now. And that can be kind of shocking, because it's like, oh, but I loved who I was once before, or I love, you know, that archetype of me. But it's not giving you anything for the future. So yeah, you're changing. And you are resonating more with this Queen of Cups, more watery persona, than this like fiery, you know, quick loving, quick overcoming, popular energy. You're wanting to feel things. You're wanting to understand the past. You're wanting to understand who you are and who you will be. And it's not about reverting back to who you were to skip out on this and overcome it, because then you deny yourself the, you know, the perfect relationship, or the sense of marrying what is good for you, what is right for you. So sit with things, look at the past, see the clear truth. And it's not about distracting yourself in a manic way, or distracting yourself with, you know, shopping, or, you know, different indulgences. Okay, watch out for indulgences this month. You know, that's one thing about Jupiter and Sagittarius. I was actually having a private reading with a client recently, and had a lot of understanding about Jupiter and Sagittarius, and how it can be an uncomfortable energy in a lot of ways. You know, it's a great placement, it's lucky, it's jovial, it's funny, you know, it's healing through laughter, but there can also be a discomfort about everything in your life, because it wants you so bad to reach your potential. It wants you so bad to overcome anything that's not good enough for you, so it can really make every single thing in your present feel bland. You know, it can give us a sort of a complex where we want to make everything better, change everything, and nothing is good enough sometimes with Jupiter and Sagittarius. And I want you guys to sit with that and meditate with that in this month of November. And, you know, take what actually isn't good enough, you know, what actually does need to change. You know, this feeling of being trapped, this feeling of never being able to see the truth, or not being able to see the reality, that is not good enough. But some of these other things where, you know, maybe the house just isn't quite worth $500,000, or maybe the car has that one scratch on it, therefore we need to buy a new one, or maybe, you know, the whole wardrobe needs to be replaced because it's not good enough for me anymore. Watch out for these things that like, are like a lurching, skeeving, like scratch within that says nothing is good enough for you. Watch out for that. We need to overcome that though. okay? Basically, Aries, for the month of November, I want you to really hone in on rewarding yourself in truthfully healthy ways. I want you to not bring up a past version of yourself just to cope or just to get through something. I want you to really measure your indulgences, and I want you to sit with your own truth and emotionally feel. Let yourself feel things emotionally without devouring the things that will distract from that or keep that pain present in the long run. Because what you get from this is such great, powerful emergence. And you will feel power this month. You will feel a sense of power. Even if you're feeling disempowered in the beginning, there's a sense of power that does come. Because oftentimes the devil energy, it only shows up when there's a lot of power on the line because, there's something to shackle, right? The devil energy does not feel the need to introduce itself into your life if you don't have anything, if there's nothing on the line. But there's something on the line when the devil comes in. So keep that in your affirmation as well. What is on the line here? What do I need to hold close to my heart? And how do I need to overcome this? All right. But beautiful energy for you guys. A lot is on the line, yes, but there's a lot to overcome because once we get into 2020 for you, it's going to be more about securing and it's going to be more about having comfort and consistency. But yes, this Jupiter in Sag, Neptune in Pisces, moving from Scorpio to Sag time, it's a fluctuating, volatile energy line. So we all have to work with that in some way. But good luck, Aries. To see your central theme, I'm going to be doing extended readings on Patreon. Very inexpensive. It's a great way to support my channel, so you guys can jump over there. I will also be giving you guys 2 power cards to understand how you can work through this energy and what you can use to, really bypass some of the difficulty, where your power lies, this power that we're talking about. So that will be in the center of the screen, as well as in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for joining me over here on YouTube. Lots of new content coming here on YouTube, aside from even tarot readings. New videos every Friday. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't been able to yet. Turn that bell notification on and check the description box. I have an ebook called Moon Symbols if you'd like to learn about your moon sign. And I have some slots available for private readings in November and December. Although, I've really done a lot in October and November, so I might be pulling back. We'll just see how I feel. But that will be available in the description box as well. And yeah, jump over on Patreon to check out the extended part of your reading. Much love, Aries. We will be talking soon. Bye.